The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have reportedly instructed their lawyers to investigate taking on one of the world's most popular and edgy cartoon series. Apparently outraged, the pair is studying the South Park episode savagely called the Worldwide Privacy Tour.
So, it looks like Harry and Meghan are back in the news again, and this time they are mad at South Park. They are mad at South Park because in one of their recent episodes they featured Harry and Meghan doing what they do. And now, currently, they are looking to press legal action against South Park for things like slander and defamation.
Even though the South Park episode in question never mentions the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, it could make for uncomfortable viewing in their Montecito home.
You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where?
Now, I watched the show in question and that specific episode because I'm a fan of the show. And what it basically was using things that Harry and Meghan said, being like, we don't like the media and we want to be respected, which is something that they've said, and kind of operate their story between that sort of line between something that they did and something completely extreme. That's kind of what happened in this episode.
Right, friend. You see, my wife and I are totally like, you should write a book because your family like stupid, and then so are like journalists. So you hate journalists. That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist.
Now, South Park are very smart at what they do. This is why they're 30 seasons long. What they do is that they take something that's already happened. For example, Harry and Meghan don't like being in the public eye, as they claim. However, they often go on talk shows, and they even got like a Netflix documentary. This showing sort of a hypocrisy with what they do and what they say. What South Park did was that they used what happened and they made it more exaggerated. An example of this is how they go into all these different countries waving a flag saying, respect our privacy. Of course, we know that's not going to happen, but it's funny. It balances between something that could happen and what will never happen. South Park are very smart with what they do. They don't get to 30 seasons by fucking around. Well, they do fuck around, but not in the sense where it's over the top. Another great example that I can think about is Disney. So if you don't know, Disney is a very pandery type of company that really only focuses on money. If you've looked at the movies that have come out now, you can really tell that they pander to a Chinese audience. For example, if you look at the Star Wars thing, what you found was that in the poster, the black person wasn't in the Chinese one. However, in the US one, he was there. What this shows is that there's a lot of pandering to a Chinese audience. Well, the reason why that is because of the money. China has a very overpopulated area, and it makes sense to. And what did they do? They made Mickey Mouse become an actual servant to China. He even did so far as to order Randy Marsh to kill Winnie the Pooh, which is something that happened. Xi Jinping has been referenced as Winnie the Pooh. I'm not joking. These are the sort of things that South Park like to play around. They play around with shit that's already happened, and they kind of go to an extreme with it.
According to a very good source, it appears that Prince Harry is looking into the legality.
Now, from what I could tell, it seems like Harry and Meghan are suing South Park for defamation and slander. However, we need to be aware of the fact that defamation and slander needs to be met by a lot of prerequisites before it can actually be charged. To me, the episode seems more parody and just poking fun at, honestly. Harry and Meghan seem to be very soft-skinned to initiate a sort of lawsuit based on this. Because here's the thing. This case definitely stands out a lot more than the other ones because South Park has been making fun of politicians, musicians, since the dawn of time, literally. And not one of them have even come close to actually filing a lawsuit against them. Now, this is just speculatory, but if this thing gets thrown out, I think what's going to happen is that South Park is going to come down like a ton of bricks. They're going to make fun of Harry's past. They're going to keep going because you don't fuck with South Park. Honestly, from what I can tell, ever since he met Markle, the guy looks fucking whipped. Like, let me tell you about this guy's past. He used to be in the army. He dressed up as a Nazi when he went to a party. The guy was a fucking mad lad. And ever since he met Megan, it looks like he's been fucking whipped of all of his energy or something like that. I don't know if his testosterone levels are dropped or something, but he seems like a cuck. And honestly, South Park are the type of people that are going to make fun of it because it actually happened. You can really see it. The difference between old Harry and new Harry is very big. Now, personally, what do I think about this? I don't think any of this is going to go to trial. If it does, it's going to look really bad on Meghan Markle and Harry. But what do I know? I'm just an internet commentator.